right. Steam rises off a dirt floor made shiny with sheep's blood. A lantern casts contorting shadows. It is a room unknown to me, a time uncertain. Verida is kneeling. Her eyes are pinpoints of concentration. Her cheekbones lofty and distinct. I stretch toward her, then pull back when I see her arms, rigid between a woman's thighs. Verida, blind to me, yanks her hands free. She flings off her silver bracelets, and they scatter like the seven sisters of the sky. I have to, her murmur rolls past, blurred at first, but clear by the final word. Now! She reaches into a reed basket, holds her hand over the lantern, and sprinkles brittle leaves into the fire. Once, twice, and again. The flame flashes violet, then silver. The room reeks of stinkweed and decay. From between the writhing legs comes a choking sound. I glimpse a crowning head covered with feathers of hair. Verida, please, the woman on the ground begs. Verida stiffens. Her headdress slips, revealing blackberry hair turned glossy from crushed rosemary oil. The tiny head strains, struggles, and stops, trapped. The one on the ground arches her neck and lets loose a howl that speaks of fury more than pain. I press my hands to my ears, but moans seep through the cracks of my fingers. Do something, I cry out. Verida doesn't seem to hear, so I beat back fear, brush past her, enter clinging wetness, and grip with both hands. I squeeze my eyes and tumble backward, dragging into this world, onto Verida's lap, a plump form with a hint of bone, the merest suggestion of determination to come. Verida lifts it up. Her gaze is laced with dismay. An infant stares back with tiny novas that hover below eyebrows. Girl. The woman lifts her shoulders from a coarse blanket folded like a pillow. She strains forward, her voice insubstantial as smoke, but victory in her eyes. I'll name her Rafa. Neither midwife nor infant listens. They study each other until Verida falls, tearing the cord with her teeth, forever severing the link. In this way, my mother was born. Countless times I've relived this memory of a birth in the Sumerian village of Ain Fadir, 18 years before my own, seeking its truth about my mama and the midwife I loved. It distorts all that came later, each life, every death, the last funeral. Grandfather Haris was chanted 2 days ago during the Islamic month of Great Division, a fitting coincidence of which I've just learned. Now I'm alone, and I know I should darken my face with soot, tear my hair, throw ululations to where sky joins heaven, but I can't more than the elders went. I'm no longer that child, Jemana. She was accustomed to the din of donkeys, the jab of sharp stones beneath bare feet, the music of men praising Allah as one. I live in Providence, in a new century, American now, disdainful of unrestrained grief and skeptical of an omnipresent Allah. Yet somewhere within me resides grandfather and the midwife Verida, even a shred of that distant girl Jemana. I cannot abandon her entirely, not yet. Her sorrows, fresh and ancient, press against me like secrets demanding to be told. Do you understand what you just witnessed? You just witnessed birth, man. This is a big deal in anyone's life. I've got 2 of these. I've been through this twice. Your life is never the same after this, okay? But it's full of pain and suffering. It's full of joy and mixed emotions of fear. And you just witnessed the key element of this story because it shares 3 generations all together. And one is in the spirit world. Let's get ready to have a baby. Who wants to be the narrator? Somebody with a commanding voice. You don't have to do anything, just read. Or just pick somebody. Who's got a good voice? Jackson, okay, thank you. You're on. Yeah. here, in this chair. Why me? All right, I need a midwife, somebody with skilled hands. You can sit right there in that desk. I need a midwife. You know, this is the person that delivers the baby, okay? If there's no doctor, there's a midwife, okay? Who would like to deliver a baby? It's just pretend. There's not really, I'm not pregnant, okay? Who would like to deliver a baby? Man, you look like a midwife. Okay, come on up. No, because Jackson's going to read it to us. Okay? And I need, get on your knees. There's no doctor here. There's no hospital. Okay? I need a spirit. Somebody's going to be invisible. Chloe. Yeah. You're going to be a spirit. And I want you to stand back there by the door. Okay?
Do you have recycling here?
Excuse me. No, I don't. Okay. Are we ready? Now you're going to hear your motif, and I want you to mark it. But to get a good sense of what this looks like, birth-wise, to have a good, presence of what's happening, presence of mind, you're going to have to sort of see this thing. Okay, so I'm going to be the baby, and I'm going to be the woman on the floor. Okay? The baby is Rafa, so consider that my head. Her mother is Hanan, and that's like my sweater. Okay? You are Farida, the midwife, and you are Jemima. You're invisible. Okay? Whatever he says to do, you have to do it. You have to. Because your mother is going to die if you don't do this, which is my head. Right? All right. Go ahead, narrator.
Steam rises off the dirt floor made shiny with sheep's blood.
Okay. First motif, what is it? Sheep. Who's got sheep? Mark it.
You gotta say it. Do I go on?
Yeah.
A lantern cast contorting shadows.
Who's got shadows? Just say it. Who's got shadows, man?
shadows.
There you go.
It is a room unknown to me, a time uncertain.
Who's got time? Did anybody get time? No? Okay. Go ahead.
Farida is kneeling. Her eyes are pinpoints of concentration. Her cheekbones are lofty and distinct. I stretch towards her, then pull my back when I see her arms rigid between the woman's thighs.
Okay, stay right there.
That's me?
That's you.
Okay. So
You're
what do I do?
invisible.
What do I
Okay?
do? What did he say to do?
Read it again.
Her eyes are pinpoints of concentration. Her cheekbones lofty and distinct. I stretch towards her and then pull back when I see her arms rigid between the woman's thighs.
Okay, so you have
So
to.
I walk towards you,
Yes.
but then I step back.
Yes.
You.
You're
I'm gonna freak out.
Continue.
Farida, blind to me, yanks her hands free. She flings off her silver bracelets, that scatter like the seven sisters of the sky.
Okay, so you got to fling off your bracelet. Who has colors? Okay. Silver. Go ahead.
I have to. Her memory rolls past blurred at first, but clear by the final word.
So say it.
I
What
have
you
to.
just said.
I have to.
I have to.
Now, she reaches into a reed basket, holds her hand,
So you have to say now.
Now.
and sprinkles brittle leaves under the fire once, twice, and again.
Do it. Who's got fire? Who's
I
got
do.
fire?
I do.
Mark it. Who's got herbs and medicine? Mark it.
The flame flashes violet and then silver.
Who's got fire?
I do.
Mark it.
The room reeks of stinkweed and decay.
Who's got poison?
Me.
Mark it.
Between the writing legs comes a choking sound. I glimpsed the crowning head covered with feathers of hair.
See right here? Here we go. This is what it looks like now, baby.
Farida, please, the woman on the ground begs.
Farida, please!
Farida stiffens. Her headdress slips, revealing black berry hair turned glossy from crushed rosemary oil.
Who's got herbs of medicine? There you go.
The tiny head strains, struggles, and stops, trapped. The one on the ground arches her back and lets out a howl that speaks of fury more than pain.
Because it hurts, right? It hurts.
Yeah.
But think about that. What's the description again?
Fury more. Loose a howl that speaks more than fury than pain.
So there's something going on between these two. If this one is mad at this one, think about it. It's a baby. Shouldn't she be getting in there? She's not in there. All right, go.
I press my hands to my ears, but moans seep between the cracks of my fingers. Do something, I cry out.
Do something.
Farida doesn't seem to hear, so I beat back fear, brush past her, enter the clean wetness. and
All right,
grip
slow it
her
down,
hands.
slow it down, slow it down.
So I come up here
Yep.
and then finish. What were you saying?
Pull it out.
Pull him out.
Yeah.
Do I grab your head?
Yeah, you gotta get into the labia.
Just grab your head.
Yep,
That's good. Done.
you're good.
All right.
Now,
I squeeze my eyes and tumble backward, dragging into this world onto Farida's lap a plump form with hint of bone.
okay, so you're
I
You're like-
fall.
yeah, because you pulled me out with such power and strength
Okay.
from the spirit world. Okay, now,
A mere suggestion of determination to come.
now where's the baby? Because I just shot out. What does it say?
And, whose lap? Farida's lap.
When she pulled, yeah. So you gotta hold my head because it's like a baby, right? The baby just not gonna shoot off on the floor. You gotta catch it, right?
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Farida lifts it up. Her gaze is laced with dismay.
I mean, I dropped that.
An infant stares back with tiny novas that hover below eyebrows. A girl, the woman lifts her shoulders.
Say it.
A girl.
The woman lifts her shoulders from the coarse blanket folded like a pillow. She strains forward, her voice insubstantial as smoke, but victory in her eyes. I'll name her Rafa.
I'll name her Rafa.
Neither the midwife nor the infant listens. They study each other until Farida bows, tearing the cord with her teeth,
Yeah.
forever severing the link.
Yeah, you have to bite that little cord.
Just pretend to pick it up and like.
And you just drop the kid in the process, like
Here,
just
yeah,
use it in the air, throw it.
It's one over here, and then you. Go
In this way, my mother was born. And then I want to go on.
Okay, so do you understand now seeing what happened?
I think I understood it just reading.
Maybe. Maybe not though.
Definitely.
Because what role did Chloe play? The baby's mother pulled her mother out. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
So the baby's daughter, okay, she's pregnant. This is her daughter that's being born. But Jemana realizes, maybe she doesn't realize this, but she does have a new power. Is she can travel back in time and intervene with reality. Magical realism, okay? So her mother was pregnant. She pulled her mother out of the womb. Write that down if you don't understand what's happening. This is a vision, okay? This whole thing is a vision. So you have to mark this whole page, really, because this is one of those magical, realistic visions. You have to mark this. all of these visions align at some point, and then you're going to have a different reading when you start looking at all these visions, because they all line up and tell a separate story or a series of stories. It's really amazing. Okay? Do you have any questions? You look perplexed.
Okay, so you said Hanan.
Hanan.
Hanan is pregnant.
Hanan is the
With
pregnant. Yes.
Rapha.
With Rapha.
And
Yes.
Jemana is Rapha's daughter.
Yes.
And Jemana went back in time
Yes.
to deliver Rapha.
Yes. Now, why was this birth problematic? What was happening in the room?
It shows Jemima in the vision, and she's like time traveling back to her mom's birth, and it just kind of shows like she is a time traveler because she's back where her mom was born.
Yes.
So she couldn't have possibly been there because she wasn't even born yet.
Exactly.
So what I'm kind of confused about is if Jemima hadn't intervened, would Rafa have died? Because if that's the
Yes.
case, then this creates a pretty big paradox.
Yes. So, divine intervention, perhaps, you might say. But who's the other person in the room? The midwife. What was she doing?
Not helping.
Not helping. Not help. That's her job. Why is she not helping? What might you think is going on?
She's new.
She might be new. Anticipate this. What is she doing the entire time when she's not helping them? She has leaves. These herbs, she scatters them across this flame in the room, and then smoke billows out. This is problematic if you're having a birth, because you have to breathe. That's how you push the baby out. You need as much oxygen as you possibly can in order to have a successful birth. So Farida is intervening in some way to not have this baby be born. So you already see that there's going to be a complication between this one and this woman here. Okay? The complication, we can probably guess, is not, the relationship is not good, because the woman on the ground, she's mad about it. When she's pushing, she's not just, she's mad about it because something's not right. And then, when the baby is actually born, she looks at her with victory in her eyes. Who has eyes? Did you mark it? Yep. So there's something with the relationship between the midwife and obviously Hanan. Farida and Hanan probably don't like each other. Do you see this now with how the description of the language is very beautiful, but at the same time, you get a lot of information that you'll miss if you don't pay close attention to what you're reading. Close reading. So when you're reading this book, you cannot have distractions. You cannot have a cell phone. You cannot have the television on. You should probably sit in a hard chair with harsh lighting and get it done. And make sure that you're hitting your post-it notes where they need to go. Can you see how quickly the visions hit? They don't come out and say, I had a vision. No, it just pops in there, which is magical realism. The realism is, if you had visions of stuff, it would just pop in there as you're thinking. So the book is written in a way that could maybe possibly lull you to sleep if you're not paying attention to it. Okay? So we're going to have a point where I want you to read chapter 2 on your own. And then I want you to write down one question you have as you're reading chapter 2. It could be anything. And we'll have a discussion. I have days where I call it Ask Me Anything Day. So you have to come with some questions. Otherwise, I'll just have you read on your own. No questions? Okay? You guys understood it? This is not a simple read.
Okay? Not a simple read. All right. I want you to look it over. I'll give you a few minutes to look over what you just read one more time and pick out your motif if you haven't already. All right?